I don't even remember what I used this for. All I know is I used it. It's on the fence of being decluttered, I'm not gonna lie. What's up, beauties, and welcome to today's video. If you are new here, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Manders and this is my channel. Talk about makeup, skincare, sometimes we unbox things, and I almost always drop something. So if you're interested in any of those things, make sure you stick around, join our family here, and give this video a thumbs up. Today we are doing my eyeshadow of the month, so we will be going through all of the different eyeshadows that I used for the month of January. If you're interested in that, make sure you stick around. The pile is here. There's so many, we need to go through them. They're not going to be in any particular order. We're just going to talk about how many times I was able to use them this month and what I think about them. If I think I'm going to declutter something, I'm probably going to tell you now, and then I'll put it in a pile and we'll film it for another day. The first palette we're going to talk about is the Going Coconuts palette by ColourPop. I am so excited I have this palette in my collection now. I ordered this at the end of December, and I am really happy that I was able to add it to my collection. So this is it right here. So it's a 9-pan palette. I used it once. I filmed a quick little Instagram tutorial. So if you don't follow me on Instagram and you want to, my username is Manders Beauties. And it's really, really nice. This shade right here, Cocoa Crush, is my favorite. It is so pretty. I'm actually going to, oh, I barely even touched that. That was so nice. I am actually going to keep this in the rotation for this month as well, because I do want to put it to a little bit more of the test. I kind of want to try it more than once and see what I think. Next up, I did use my Violet Voss Essentials palette. I used this twice this month. I used this green shade for a look that I filmed and ended up deleting by accident. And then I did use the shade Dusty Rose and Cinnamon for other looks. I think I just kind of worked this in. I like this palette. I'm starting to make a dent in this green shade Emerald here, so we will keep working through it. This black shade's really nice. Overall, it's a nice palette. I just don't reach for it all the time, but I think this is one of those products that I will be able to hit pan in, so I will continue to use it. I did also try out this Natasha Denona Peak palette. This was a BoxyCharm exclusive. I tried it the other day for the first time. It is so nice. These shadows blend very seamlessly. They look good on the eyes. I have no real complaints. I enjoy the color story, so it's a nice palette. It is very small and compact. I will keep you updated as I go, but this is a win. It's the only palette I have from Natasha Denona, so I don't have anything to compare it to, but I'm hoping to try more from that brand this year. The next palette I do have is by Studio Makeup. This is the Sheen and Fate palette. This was a BoxyCharm exclusive. Laura from Subboxes and Cocktails was so wonderful to gift this to me. I do like this palette. However, I have so many eyeshadow palettes in my collection that in order to hold on to something, I do have to really, really, really love it. And I know somebody who will use this palette and probably love it more than I will. So I am going to put this in the declutter pile. I only used it once this month. I filmed with it, and that was kind of when I decided there's nothing wrong with it, but I feel like I have other shadows like this. Like, that's a one swipe, and then if you compare it, there's just no comparison really. Like, this is a one swipe from this shadow. It's a darker shadow, and it's not terrible, but you can see like what I mean. That one was just like bam. See what I mean? I don't know if it's picking up on camera the way I'm trying to articulate this, but this is definitely going to go into the declutter pile. I know I'm not going to really reach for it, so we're going to pass it on to somebody else who might love it. This one I loved. This palette from Illamasqua, I think that's how you say it. Beautiful palette. This is the Unveiled Artistry palette. It is a beautiful palette. I did a live stream with this and I really, really liked it. So I'll try and link that somewhere up here. If not, I will link the entire playlist. But I'm excited to use this palette some more. It's just nice and neutral. I'm going to keep it in my collection. However, I think if I were to re-gift this to somebody, like my sister would really like this. So we'll have to see in the next couple months. This is new to my collection though. I've only had it for a couple months, so I do want to keep it and try and see how much I can love it. More ColourPop. I did use the Whatever palette from ColourPop twice this month. I like this palette. It's very pretty. I really do want to put a dent in this one. It's really nice. I have no real complaints at all. So I used it twice and I will continue to use it. Then we do also have the Disney Designer Collection. It's a princess thing. So I had all three, actually there's 4 Disney palettes now from ColourPop. I did have 3 of them. I got rid of the misunderstood one, which was the villains. I didn't really like it. This one's okay, but it's just, I feel like I don't love it as much as I thought I would. Like when I first got this palette, I was like, yeah, this is exactly what I want. And then I just kind of like I was like, wah, wah. It's on the fence of being decluttered, I'm not gonna lie, but I do want to give it more of a chance. I love the shade Thingamabob. I am a sucker for silver eyeshadow, so that's one of the reasons why I do hold on to it. I also really like the shade Ray, and the matte shades are fine. There's no real complaints there. I use this. Whoa, I used this 4 times this month. I used them all at the beginning of the month too, because I have no recollection in my brain. Weird. It's a very pretty palette. We will have to see in the coming months how much I like it and how much I continue using it. Whoa, I've got so many from ColourPop this month. Probably because I had a ColourPop haul, which this was a part of. This is the So Jaded palette. This is the Kathleen Lights collaboration with ColourPop. I used it once for a live stream that I did last week. We swatched all of them. It's a beautiful palette. There are so many options, so many different color stories here. I can't wait to use it again. I have absolutely no complaints about this so far, but I haven't really had a chance to really use it. So this will be a future one palette, multiple looks. It takes time for me to film those. I am currently filming a series using one palette. It's not this one, but this is the second look that I came up with using a palette, so you'll just have to stay tuned for that. So I like this palette. I'm very happy I got that. All right, we are getting there. This palette is the Flower Bomb palette from Midas Cosmetics. I really liked the matte shades in this palette. So, however, I don't use glitter enough to really want to use any of these glitter shades, so I was a little bit scared, but I will probably use them. However, I really like the matte shades and I will continue to use them. I have another palette I only used this the one time though, so I can't say that that's really a good indicator of how much I loved it. This shade right here though, Pollen, beautiful, love it. So I am excited to use this palette again because I only got to use it the one time. I also used the Midas Cosmetics High Times palette once this month. I used it once last month as well. I did dive into this shade Jilly Bean again, and I used this shade Joint. I love this palette. I am excited. I do want to sit down and film a couple looks with this and do a multiple looks per palette with this one as well. And I'm hoping I'll be able to get that soon. I just really like the color story of this one. It's definitely staying in my collection, and I hope you get to see it in a video sometime soon. This palette is the Take Me Back to Brazil palette from BH Cosmetics. I don't even remember what I used this for. All I know is I used it. It's my favorite colorful palette that I have in my collection. I will not be decluttering this. I do plan to continue using it. It has some really nice matte shades. It has some shimmers. I do really enjoy this black right here, and I like these 2 highlight shades as well. I will continue to use this. I only used it once this month. I can't even remember when I used it. It's been in my collection for a while. It's not going anywhere. But not least, the BH Cosmetics Naughty palette. I purchased this in December. And I did film a first impressions look with this. I really like the formula of this palette. I love the formula of BH Cosmetics in general, so I was not disappointed when it came to this palette. The pan sizes are huge. It is a limited edition because it's a holiday special, so it is on sale on their website right now, or it's been discontinued. Last I checked, it was still on sale. I like that there's so many different color stories here, and when I used it, they blend out really well. And if you haven't already heard me talk about BH Cosmetics, their shimmer shades they kill it when it comes to shimmer shades. I love their shadow formula so much. So I really like this. I can't wait to use it again. I only used it the one time, so hopefully I will use it some more. And that is it. That is all the eyeshadow that I used for the month of January. Let me know in the comments, do you have any of these palettes? Do you love any of these palettes? Do you hate any of these palettes? Because I like to know what you guys think and how is everyone doing. I hope you're all doing well wherever you live, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you later. Bye for now. Oh, I keep losing that shade.